So these are my five biggest takeaways, sort of most interesting takeaways from the FSHN 101 course. So just a quick preview of the five. I'm going to be talking about water activity, the Maillard reaction, soy substitutes, cookies versus cakes, and the digestion of sugars. Starting off with water activity, I felt like this was one of the most important concepts we went over as one of the first, and we sort of came back to it in a lot of the other units. It's the basis for how we look at foods and their construction, and the determinant for shelf life, mouthfeel, and susceptibility to bacterial growth and all the different foods we talked about. Next is the Maillard reaction, another concept that sort of popped back up across a couple units. This is a reaction that occurs between amino acids and sugars in foods, which gives it their sort of toasty, crunchy taste on the surface and its browned color and edges. The next concept I found very interesting was the different soy substitutes we talked about. Starting off with soy milk, which has healthy unsaturated fats, protein, and is cholesterol free. Next, tofu, which can be a substitute for meat. It has more protein per 100 calories than ground beef with less fat. And soy yogurt, which has comparable protein levels and also those healthy unsaturated fats compared to dairy yogurt. Next concept, and the first from this week's, is cookies versus cakes, more specifically their makeup. Starting off with the dough, cake has a more liquid texture and cookies tend to be more solid pre-oven. When it comes to the lipids in both, cake uses more liquid oil in baking, whereas cookies use fats like butter. And looking at their molecular binding, cookies tend to have tighter and stronger molecular bonds than cake. The final concept is the digestion of sugars. Looking at the digestion and absorption of sugars in the body, sugars enter the body in the form of monomers, which are the simplest sugars, which are sucrose, fructose, and galactose. And these monomers come together to form the sugars that are found in foods and are then broken down by the enzymes maltase, sucrase, and lactase. And this breakdown happens within the small intestine. So these were the top 5 biggest takeaways that I'll be taking away from the course.